Have you ever wondered why some people launch a membership and get tons of members within the first week, and then you only had 12 members after 6 months? It's not luck. This is what is actually going on. The membership that take off, they didn't start with the platform. They started with people. 6 months, sometimes even a year before even building the membership, they were showing up, building an audience, talking about the problem they wanted to solve with the membership. Not selling, just being visible and helpful. And here is the part that nobody wants to hear. If you can't build an audience, your membership will not be successful. This is the hardest part, but you gotta do the work. It's harsh, but it's true. A membership without an audience is a website and a login page. That's it. So once they build that audience, they did something that people skip almost entirely. And that is what I call building an interest list. It's basically telling people what you're up to. I am thinking of creating a membership for people who struggle with this specific thing. Is that something you'd be interested in? You don't have to share when it's going to be available, the format, how much it's cost. It's not about that. It's about gauging interest and from your audience being able to have what we call hand raisers, which are people saying, just I'm interested. They are not committing to anything. They are just telling you, kind of like you, and yes, I'm interested. That's a problem I have. I'm looking for a solution. I want to hear more. And from that point on, they share their journey. They collaborate with them. They figure out what is the pain point, what they have tried, where they are typically getting stuck. And together with the interest list, they are creating something that works for everyone. It works for you as the owner, and it works for them because they are involved and you're actually fixing a problem that they are telling you they have. They are using their words to tell you, they're telling you what they've tried, where they get stuck, so that you can create the program that works for them and works for you as well. They, of course, share the behind the scenes as it grows and it builds anticipation. So by the time the door opens, they have this line of people waiting to sign. I was like, when is it opening? When is it opening? And I'm not joking when I'm saying that people are like anticipate, like they really want to join. They can't wait. They're like, give me the link, give me the link. I am not kidding you. They are saying that. That's when I got a client, I guess 5 years ago, who got our first 100 member in 48 hours, just like that. Because people were lining up and they were ready. They knew what she was working on, they were involved, and that she built something that they wanted. And most people do the opposite. They start thinking technology, tools, platform, recording videos. These are not going to sell. What is going to sell is if you have an audience, if you have identified the problem they have, and you've had that relationship with them to really figure out where they're going to be stuck, and what kind of help they're going to need and where they're going to be struggling. And if you don't do that, you're going to launch to cricket. You're going to get a couple of members, and then you're going to feel you need to keep running it because you have paying members, but deep down you're going to resent, this membership that has not grown, where the launch hasn't gone as you wanted. So the good news is that the gap is not as big as it looks because you don't need a big audience. You need a targeted audience, right? One that really has the problem you're trying to solve and is looking for a solution. So it doesn't need to be big, but it needs to be targeted. So the gap is not as big as it looks, but you need to stop building in secrets, like something secret is coming up, you know, and start building in public. Audience first, then interest list and sharing the journey. Because by the time you open the door, people know exactly what this is about. And if that's a problem that they have, they are much more likely to sign up. So it's audience first, interest list second, and membership last. That's the order. That's the engine to make it work.